Respect the call. I'm coming with you.
And we're live.
Get you out of this bullshit.
Welcome, friends. Happy Sunday, Mr. Maddie. First in the chat, I appreciate you, friend. Mr. Maddie says hello. Hello to you. Happy Sunday. We are finishing the cutscene commentary.
Keep pushing, Arthur.
Doing the epilogues tonight. But I started with
I think I pushed all
this
I can.
scene. You can watch it over again.
We ain't got time for this. Not now.
Mr. Maddie, happy Sunday to you. I hope everyone had a good weekend and is ready for the week.
Go.
Ready for Monday.
Now. I'll hold them off.
I took today off,
It would mean
which
a
is
lot
very
to
difficult for me.
me. Please.
But I needed a break.
Ain't no more time for talk.
And also I thought I was going to be live streaming tonight, so it's not really taking a day off,
Go to your family. Arthur,
because here we are.
get the hell out of here. Be a
Tomorrow we shall
goddamn
continue
man.
with the Red Dead 1 live stream, live commentary. We are about, I believe 67% done with Red Dead 1. Jack looks so much like his old man. I'm really proud of Jack.
I got you now, Black Lung.
However, I assumed we would free roam as Jack, and we would play as John pretty much all the way to the end of the movie, or end of the video game. Miko, greetings, friend. He says, hello, Superantonio. Happy weekend, everyone. Miko, happy weekend to you, and happy Sunday. Shout out to the Philippines. Mr. Maddie says, I believe I missed the first Red Dead 1 stream. I might need to tune in tomorrow. Mr. Maddie says, not tomorrow, but you get the point. Yes, it will be tomorrow. Red Dead 1 streams will be on Marston Mondays because it's technically a Marston stream. However, we're just going to power through the Red Dead 1 live commentaries. We will be doing them Friday, Sunday, and Monday. Saturday, we're still doing movie night. I'm going to continue that. I'm very stubborn. It's not really getting the views I want, regrettably. But my philosophy is, or my idea on it is, I would be watching movies anyways, and I would just be talking to the dog. So I might as well talk to you guys. So that's what we're doing on Saturdays. But the rest of the live streams for the time being will be devoted to Red Dead 1. And then after Red Dead 1, I'm thinking about doing a Bad Honor playthrough for the live stream, just for the live stream. And if we do one, we shall do it
You ain't gonna reach that gun.
pretty much through chapter 6.
You ain't.
And that's it. I'm not going to continue with John.
Lost. My sick friend.
So like an Arthur Bad Honor live stream. So I might do that. I might put up a viewer poll, or I might just do it. It sounds interesting to me, like to create a Bad Honor look for Arthur. I've been thinking about that a lot. How a character looks, how a person looks is very important to me, and quite shallow. Momo says hi. Hello, Momo. I saw your comment. Don't know when we're going to do a horse show. They don't pull in the views, regrettably, that I like. That, given the work it takes for me personally to make one. Horse shows are a pain to make. Odog is in the house. Greetings, Odog. Appreciate you, friend.
He's talking crazy.
Horse show is probably the most difficult video for me personally to edit and put together. But I'll get to it. Just can't do everything, to quote Arthur. Jamie Hexam, I know that name. It says Super Antonio. Love your shirt. Hello to everyone else as well. Yes, I love Fender guitars, Fender Stratocasters, Fender amps, especially the tube amps. The tweed tube amps. I used to have a collection of those. I love those. Telecasters, of course. At one point, I had 9 Fender guitars. Now I only have 1. Momo says, "Oh, okay, whatever works for you." We'll get to it. Don't. We will have a viewer horse show. I don't know when.
Let's go. We can make it.
But it'll happen. Oh, dog, how are you?
Come on, Dutch.
I hope you're feeling better. And happy Sunday. Jamie is a great friend of the channel. Helped me get the liver chestnut Hungarian half-bred, which I love, Boadicea. However, we are currently 67% into a Red Dead 1 playthrough. Arthur crawls off and sees his final sunset. Jamie says, "Oh, didn't know you were a player. Awesome." Yeah, I am a failed musician, Jamie. This is what happens to failed rock stars. They grow up and have YouTube channels, or work in guitar stores. Those or become bartenders. X Dark Side says, "No, my boy." Greetings, friend. Yes, that's the end of Arthur and the beginning of John. X Dark Side continued, he died again. Yes, Arthur dies over and over in chapter 6. And regrettably, he does not come back. Did I keep the bad honor? No, it didn't. We move on to some years later, so we don't see the knife fight with Micah. Little Creek is one of my favorite locations in the game, but I was not happy to see John and Abigail and little Jack. Momo says, "R.I.P. Arthur and his horse." Yes, indeed. Jamie says, "Speaking of Boadicea, I may be able to help fix the bonding levels. I have a strat myself, but prefer tellies. Failed musician myself, friend. Haha." Yeah, I know what you mean, Jamie. I know what you mean. I have a butterscotch Telecaster. That's the only one I kept.
Okay. Let's see.
Like Buddy Holly's.
In Strawberry.
But I don't play anymore.
Strawberry.
I've lost my calluses.
Hardworking men, a whole lot more than angry killers. So make yourself good and honest.
I'm always honest. Maybe not always good.
Who looks, Mr. Matty asks, who looks better, 1907 John or 1911 John? Oh, 1907 John for sure, Red Dead 2 John. But as far as characters go, I love John in Red Dead 1.
You know about a hero's looks.
However, Little Jack looks great in Red Dead 1.
Hey, partner.
Jamie says, "Oh, right on, love the butterscotch." Yes, the butterscotch
Hoping I can help you.
Telecaster,
Help one inside,
technically the
sure,
first Telecaster.
You're a bit old to be
Love it.
stacking groceries and running errands, ain't you, son?
Well, I ain't too
What was I
proud
going to
to
say
do nothing.
about
As long
Red
as
Dead
it's
1
honest.
versus Red Dead 2?
Pays.
Yeah, I believe
Jim Milton.
because I know from canon now
Our boy.
that John was born in
Days ago.
1879
Lucky to get out the lives we was.
because
Now,
it's, spoiler alert, written on his gravestone.
we need
No,
money.
he was born in 1878. excuse me, Abigail was born in 1879. So in Red Dead 2, he is 21 years old, which is crazy to think. That's a hard 21, friends. I always thought he was in his mid to late 20s.
Where that is, but I'm sure I can find
You
it.
aged hard in 1899.
Getty's place. Fine fella.
Momo says Jack looks great at the end of Red Dead 1, in my opinion. In my opinion as well. I love Jack.
Tell my wife.
I had no respect for him, and he looks... First time I saw him,
Load you up while you go
I was
find
like,
your wife.
he looks so much like his old man. I'm very impressed. He looks so much like his old man in Red Dead 2. Can't figure out how to change his outfit, however.
Hey, how you
But
getting on?
I'm not fully committed to the game. I've lost, I believe, 2 horses. Didn't really care. Can't bond with them. In Red Dead 1, that is.
John, oh, it is.
Easy
This is
enough
way
to
too
just
late.
call up another horse.
What do you suggest?
Horses are more like motorcycles in Red Dead 1.
Get on with the work. You deliver them goods and then collect me.
Okay.
And John, I love you. Don't you forget
John's trying to make a go of it.
that. Not ever now.
I won't.
And poor Jack. They didn't want this life for Jack. However, we know at the end of Red Dead 1, that's the life he's condemned to live.
His overseer.
Jim Milton. I'm delivering some supplies from the store in Strawberry.
Okay.
This is quite a place.
Bad Honor Arthur will have a black shirt, a black dress shirt, and a black vest. That's about as far as I've gotten.
I think so.
So, partner, your boss, he looking for hands?
Why? You looking for work?
Maybe,
My wife.
maybe we'll go with a level 10
Business
mustache.
with her family
Just make him look
turned
evil.
sour. It's
A level 10
I
handlebar.
don't know. Married hands. It's a lot of trouble.
I'm a good worker. My
Don't know
wife,
yet.
Agatha, even our
Haven't
boy,
figured it out.
Lancelot. We'll all work.
Big man
Still
around,
thinking
boy?
about it. We need to finish Red Dead 1
Get
first.
the hell out of here.
But we shall probably be doing a Bad Honor live
That ain't
stream.
very neighborly. And threatening us is neighborly? Hey.
Meanwhile, at
mind if
Getty's
I enjoy
ranch,
one of these apples? Put that down. Delicious.
at the edge of cougar country, I don't think that fence is going to keep that cougar out.
I don't think there's any plans for that.
You boys want a drink? It's some fine Scotch whiskey.
Put that down. Put that down.
These supplies for the season.
Get off the farm.
Come on. We know when we're not wanted.
Get down from there.
Mr. Maddie says maybe Bad Honor Arthur can have a red tie, which could represent the blood he has
You can use that horse.
in his friends. Example, Thomas Downs. Yeah, that's true, except I don't like neckwear for Arthur. Maybe,
Isn't it?
I'll figure it out.
Those boys are out of Laramie. Work for Mr. Abel. Thank you.
Don't mention it. Listen, I ain't looking for no charity or nothing, but
Might have to do a completely different hat, but I love that Civil War Hardy hat.
I can do anything. We got robbed ourselves. A few
I don't know.
days back.
We ain't got married hands here. You're married.
Work harder than any one of them. I'm real honest.
Super hard for me to do a Bad Honor playthrough, and so much of it
she's got
involves
fancy
free
thoughts.
roaming.
She'll work.
Seem kind of desperate.
So it'd be a long
Trouble you
playthrough. Can't just
trouble,
speed
sir.
run through the chapters.
Aside from her brother, he tricked us and robbed her of her inheritance. We're good people. We'll work.
However, it would be
What does
fun.
Mr. Geddes need with a boy? Just another mouth to feed.
I might do it. I'm
Please give us a chance. I can handle myself,
75%
okay? You know
committed to
that
doing it, so it's probably going to happen.
Makes
But I
me
want to finish
wonder
Red
just
Dead 1
who
first.
robbed you. But we'll give you a chance. I'll let Mr. Geddes know when him and his wife return tomorrow.
Thank you, Mr. Dickens. I'll go get my wife.
Nah, no, you stay here. It's getting late. We'll go get her.
John
in Strawberry.
gets a job,
We'll bring her here tomorrow.
finds a place to
Need you
stay,
around in case any more of them
taking
Laramie
care of
boys
his
turns up.
family.
There's a
Hate
little
that
cabin
flat
out
cap.
yonder past the ranch house. Things work out, y'all can stay there.
Thank you.
Very Peaky Blinders,
I'll regret
however.
this.
Yep. Go get yourself settled. We'll have work for you tomorrow when Mr. Geddes returns.
There's Rachel. Believe that's our first meeting with Rachel, even though. And here we are at Epilogue 1. Pronghorn Ranch. Hated Epilogue 1. Well, pretty much hate Epilogue 1.
This is the new ranch
Even though I
hand
understand
told
after the emotional intensity and violence of Chapter 6, especially the end of Chapter 6, you need a quiet time. You need to calm down. You need just some quiet missions where you're milking cows and building fences and getting to know John
you. Has a family.
Lucky man.
as a
Then you better
character.
work extra hard.
And it dovetails quite nicely with Red Dead 1.
You hear that, John Jim? Extra hard. Hey, get over here. Mr.
Red Dead,
Dickens?
you know, this
We'll
game
find
is a
old Jim
preview of
Milton
Red
here
Dead
something to
1,
do.
and
Make sure he
Red Dead
works
1 is all
extra
about
hard.
Marston.
Sure, Mr.
So I
Dickens.
can understand from a Red Dead 1 player perspective coming into this game. You finally get to play play as John. And John's got some lat development from all that upper body work, from all that
Mrs. Milton.
pounding in fence posts.
Jim Milton.
David
How
says,
kind.
there he is. David,
Sunday.
greetings, friend. Happy Sunday. Appreciate you being here.
Okay here.
What's for dinner?
It's ranching.
And also, David, how do you feel about this
place is
Saturday for Commando?
It's fine.
Going Commando,
But I
no
hear
pun
you began your
intended.
career branching by throwing your
Well,
weight around.
maybe a little
Real
pun.
wise, Jim.
Very
What's I
little.
supposed to do? The place was getting robbed.
So you show everyone who's boss?
We could do Commando this weekend if you
much of a
want. If not,
choice.
no worries.
I gotta go.
I'll find something else.
Jack,
We did
you're done in here
Terminator
blowing out
Salvation with Christian Bale last night, and it was not the most successful of movie night live streams. Regrettably, it fared even worse than Bruce Lee, and I thought Bruce Lee was a new low.
Okay.
So that was,
You fine with milking?
hate to say it, disappointing. David says burritos.
Done much of it.
I like burritos. One might say I love burritos, but
Serious, mister?
Sure. It's Jim. Jim Milton.
but I suspect that your burritos would
I'll show you how.
be a little spicy for my
Approach her calm
taste.
now. She don't take too kindly to surprises.
Get in there, Marston. Milk those udders. I hated this. I hated this. This was not something I wanted to do.
Hey, Paul.
I believe you can do that. You can milk cows as a chore on
Lancelot. Hey,
at Beecher's Hope, which I've never done
we're gonna
and
make
will
a
never
dear
do.
lady your paw yet.
I don't think I've done any chores at Beecher's Hope. And this was more fun to do with Emmett Granger.
Hey,
Hey,
David Odog's here somewhere.
shoveling shit.
David says, what time for the movie? The Lunar Festival starts Saturday, Year of the Dragon.
won't do him no harm.
7 p.m. Pacific Standard,
Guess maybe we can last here. Survive.
if you want to do it. But if you can't, no worries. I'll find something
Tired of
else.
feeling, John.
There's plenty of movies available on YouTube.
Well, you know.
Me too.
Yes, I was watching. Who was I watching? There was somebody, a YouTuber who was in Las Vegas, and there were all these dragons, all these Chinese dragons, you know, for the Year of the Dragon, just Chinese dragon topiaries and displays. Very pretty. A lot of Asian gamblers in Vegas. It's a stereotype, and it's true. I have I can think of three family members of mine who are semi-professional to professional gamblers.
Can you give me a hand with this fence?
Sure.
Know much
David
about
says,
fence
should be
building?
home by then. Start it and I will catch up. Okay, David.
Build a fence, can't milk a cow.
Look forward to it. It'll be fun.
Still shoveling shits, but took on a gang of robbers single-handed.
Guess we all got our peculiarities, Mr. Dickens.
What was you doing before you
David
came?
Odog is here somewhere.
I told you. Wife got cheated out of
He may be
inheritance.
lurking.
We was in a legal dispute. It was a bad time.
That sounds awful, but I guess I don't believe a word of it.
I was raised to take a man at his word, and also to believe this is a free country.
Now we do some good,
I'm
honest
so
work.
free that I can't tell you what to think. So I guess it don't much matter what you believe. But I will work hard, and I
David
learn
says, "Let off some steam, Bennett." Yeah, there's so many great lines.
Give me a hand with
Wrong.
this,
Yeah, it's. I believe.
more
I
to
think
do.
it's an underrated Arnold movie, just because there's Commando, Terminator, of course. I mean, there's just because there's Predator. Came out about the same time as Predator, I believe. Which, apart from Terminator, is the definitive Arnold 80s movie. But it is, it's got the catchphrases, it's got the over-the-top violence, it's got the synthesizer score. It's a great movie.
Don't get no ideas. Got him, Mr. Dickens.
Oh, good.
How you doing, son?
A bit
It'll be
sore,
fun to
but I'll
watch.
be okay. Thank you, Mr. Milton.
My pleasure. And you, mister? Fine.
Also, Bennett was in Road Warrior, as I believe. He was one of the original Road Warrior with
See you later, Jim Milton.
the Mad
Make
Max
a
one,
rancher of you yet.
the first one. He was the guy with the mohawk. We spend so much time with this ranch, both with Abigail and without.
Hey,
David says, twins and kindergarten cop, I like to. It's not a tumor. Yeah, he went through a comedy phase, which I
so you stay out
just
of
didn't
trouble.
appreciate as much as
I told you.
his 80s
Cleaning up the
violence.
doctor's office. Bye.
Bye.
Get the place tidy.
He had a movie where he played with Jim Belushi, where he played a Russian police officer who has to go to Chicago. It's called it's not called Red Dawn. It's called Red Heat. Yes, Red Heat. That was a pretty cool movie too. Pretty cool, underrated Arnold movie. I think I've seen most of his movies. I haven't seen all of the modern ones he's done. I didn't see the last Terminator. Didn't care. He made a zombie movie that just didn't seem interesting to me. And I don't like seeing him old. I like seeing him
Do whatever needs doing, sir.
I like seeing him in his prime. David says, "Red Heat." Yes.
A horse that is far too strong for him. And my wife will need help with this mare.
He had a parakeet.
Abe, sir, you and Dickens better not make any more mistakes like you did today, you hear?
No, sir.
Thank you. Both of you.
He took some time off when
So, you know much about
when he
building a
became
foal?
governor of California,
Not
and
too much.
he should have just retired after that.
Where does my husband find men like you?
I don't like
We all
seeing
know
him
where he goes in
these
town.
old roles that he's doing.
Hunting
That
for
that
hands.
that
It's not too hard.
movie
You just
Killing
stick a
Gunther,
hand in
where he
there and
plays
get a
the
feel for
world's
where the legs
greatest
are.
hit man,
Go on.
wasn't really
What do you say,
interested.
man?
That's kind of a comedy. I watched the trailer, but I wasn't really interested in seeing it.
Okay. Now
And Mrs. Geddes takes an interest in Marston.
Okay, well, I think she's. Well, we're not out of the woods, but I think she may be okay.
David says his Netflix show was as well was
Mr.
okay. Fubar, yeah, I hadn't even heard of that.
Thank you.
But I think he's just
Oh,
going to
Mr.
go the
Milton.
Clint Eastwood route and
Feel
keep making
free to
movies
make
and
a call
TV
at the
shows
house sometime.
until he
Perhaps even
can't.
now. A drink to toast our new arrival.
I'd like that, but my wife is expecting me back.
Oh, you're married? I didn't know we had any married.
And John
friends.
waves the
Yeah.
wife flag,
We have a
wife
boy.
and family
Maybe you
flag,
see him
and
around?
Oh,
and
I'm
Mrs. Geddes just
busy.
bows
Too
out.
busy for social calls.
Of course.
Good day, Mr. Milton.
Hey, John.
Jim.
A lot of tension in the Marston household.
So, this is what you want.
First playthrough, it took me a long time to warm up to Abigail.
Dickens sees clean
They really,
us on the
she
run.
really reminds me of
This is our
Skylar from
chance.
Breaking
Try
Bad,
something new. Come on.
where she's
For
just,
me.
she's on the side of good. She's technically a good
How's he been?
person, but she's getting in the way of our fun.
Been kind of withdrawn. Quiet. You know.
Sure.
Take him out, please.
Come on, boy.
And poor Jack's in the middle,
Let's go for a walk.
trying to escape in a book.
Come on. Mr. Geddes?
Hey, I heard we had another incident with the Laramie boys.
That horse riding with Jack
Scare me.
mission is essential,
Scared?
A little.
but
I've
it's
got a lot invested in this place, and not
It's
just the land,
so
but my family.
just boring.
It's hard to explain.
Epilogue 1
Do my best to
is
keep you
something
safe.
I would speed through if I was going to do it again, but I have no interest in finishing the story.
I should probably head back.
Yeah, I know how it is.
I have no interest in getting to chapter 6, but we'll do it
How'd you
for
get on?
a Bad Honor playthrough. David, we're going to do a Bad Honor playthrough.
Better?
O-Dog convinced me.
Sure, I'm just tired.
A Bad Honor live stream playthrough.
Anybody want some more?
No, I'm good. I miss Mr. Pearson.
John Marston, you're such a pig. All right, it's getting late. Let's get some rest.
That meal looks suspiciously like Mr. Pearson's.
Good
Wonder
night,
what's in
Jack.
that chest.
Good night, Pa.
John wakes up
That was
What are you
at a
doing?
start.
my job, Abigail.
Note how he runs out in his union suit.
Don't open
And
it
his
unless you
boots.
know it's me.
That's it.
I put him down, all right.
They've killed Mr. Tolbert, and they've stolen my goddamn cattle.
We made a short out of
I
this.
think so.
We
Jim
called it
Milton
John
saved my
Marston
life.
is doing his job.
It's Mr. A.
David says, I hit Epilogue 2 and just couldn't keep going. Thank goodness for my 6.7% save. Yeah, I know what you mean, David.
Of course, sir.
I've done that
I know you
as
can
well.
handle yourself. Go get your
I
guns
have
out.
a save at that exact point. I know exactly where you are. Right after
Care what you used to know,
Hosea hands Arthur his cup of coffee at Horseshoe Overlook and assigns a couple missions, and the camera pulls back and lets you be
What was it?
in the default gunslinger outfit.
I'm sorry to hear that. What are you doing in that thing?
I think that's where we shall start our Bad Honor playthrough. We'll skip chapter 1.
What are
Can't
you
really be
doing?
Bad Honor in chapter 1.
Job, Abigail. My goddamn job.
That's the place up ahead.
There's our cows. Couple guards out front.
Unsure why John is wearing Arthur's hat. That's
Get a closer
irritating.
look. Let's go. Yeah, there's plenty of guards. I'm gonna head straight in.
Maybe we'll
Tom,
use Arthur's default
head up
hat
there and try and give us some cover. Abe, you're gonna try and flank the
for the
place
Bad
up
Honor
from the back.
playthrough.
I'll give you a minute or two, then I'm heading in.
It's leather. It's black. It's iconic. Yes, this part I used for we made a short out of it.
You know that woman of yours got the look of a woman ain't had a real ride in her life. She's gotta make do
And the
with
way
some
he's pointing his,
stinking
you know, where the camera is, and he's pointing his shotgun, his sawed off.
she begs
It's
first.
very reminiscent of Red Dead 1.
Get the stink of you off of her.
David says, yep, get Hosea's book and Dutch's pipe request.
How you getting on?
Well, we're not going to do any of the requests because we don't care. It's going to be a bad honor playthrough. And we're going to be mean to everyone, even Miss Tilly.
The thing I know how to do is, well, you know, undertakers like me. Cattle, not so much.
That ain't true.
Ain't no rancher. Rustled horses, not raised them. Stole cattle, not birthed them.
I was reading the newspaper. I was reading about a old ranch, Beecher's Hope, down by Blackwater.
Was you?
Well, Jack read it to me, but I thought maybe we could raise some money. Bank could lend us the rest. We could be happy, John.
Bank loans? I got a goddamn price on my head, woman.
I know all about that.
Abigail's
Time we
dreaming
have to
of a
get
better
somewhere,
life.
Make something, you go and show the entire world that you
And
ain't
she's the
Jimmy
one
Milton.
who
Every
wants
place we've been
Beecher's
has
Hope, who
been the
gives
same.
John the idea.
Start doing okay, and then boom, you act like the big man with the gun.
That is a heck of a camp
John.
request.
I guess I was dreaming a little. At least give me that.
Beecher's Hope, our own property.
Feels hopeless.
Really tempted to shoot those frying pans, David.
I'm doing better.
Milton, ma'am. Mr. Geddes needs you to head over to Strawberry in the wagon and collect some mail for him at the post office.
Sure. I'll take the boy with me. He's getting soft. Lancelot.
Come on. Jim, if you're heading that way, can you pick up a parcel for me? A dress I ordered. I think it's in your name?
My name.
I think so. One's in your name, and the other one's in mine. Only
Miko
one should
says,
come
a
with
low
it.
honor playthrough, eh?
Shopping you done.
Those antagonized lines and getting knocked out by the gang are pretty funny. Yeah, we'll get a lot of content.
Okay, Lancelot. Make a man out of you yet.
Not too much of a man, mine. He's only a boy.
And it'll all be live. We'll do a live bad honor, but that's after Red Dead 1. And David says, no. About the frying pans. I love that rock that says strawberry. I keep forgetting to look for it. I think it's only available post-game. I don't know where that location is. And I'm always distracted by Cougar Country. Sadie's here. She's been here the whole time. She's super asleep. I don't think she could get even more tired. Okay, there she is.
Milton.
There. She's been here the whole time.
Nope. Nothing here.
David says, saving the prisoners and killing bounty hunters.
John. It's a long story.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to be very violent.
Marston. Nope.
It's going to be
Nothing here for that
completely
name either.
against our nature. I think the only thing that'll be off limit are horses, but
Abigail Roberts.
not really.
Abigail Roberts.
And I'm going to try to, I'm not going to like spend time. I'm going to speed run.
Also, I'm here to pick
gonna
up
speed run through the
deliveries from
chapters.
Pronghorn Ranch. David Geddes sent me.
Pronghorn? Yes. Sign here. We have a bunch of stuff for you. And I will help you out.
I'll take these. You get the rest of the stuff.
Jim Milton.
Let me help you with this, Mr. Marston.
It's mostly Milton these days. It's a long story.
Whatever you say, Mr. Milton. It's not important. Take care now. Give my regards to Geddes.
Thank you very much, mister.
Working on a moose video. I made a short out of it.
Everything okay, Pa?
It's relatively easy to spawn a moose at Cattail Pond. Just involves a lot of save and reloads. It only took us about 16 minutes.
Quick, now. Okay, son.
So-
you wait here.
That's coming, and also the horse video announcement for the horse show.
Yes, sir.
Head down.
I am working on it.
Okay, gentlemen. Let's
Those
see
will
what
be
you
the
got
next two
going.
videos, apart from these
What do you want
live
with all
streams.
of us? Oh, we just want to have a friendly chat. Are you John Marston? You sure look like him.
It's okay. You're okay.
What? Why? What?
It's okay. It's okay.
David says, reminds me of Keep 'em Coming, Fenton.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's, you know, that's where, you know, I've done it before. Might as well do it again. Miko says, really sorry for John here, caught between a rock and a hard place. Who's going to follow? What's a man to do? Exactly.
How is the...
I mean, and poor Jack is traumatized, and Abigail,
It's
as always, puts Jack first, which is, you know, that's her mother's right,
Shot at.
her
What
mother's
happened?
duty. She has to put Jack first.
followed, and then
Followed by who?
But
probably someone.
John is in a really hard
Give them
place.
particulars, I'm sorry.
David says, problem is Abigail don't see it that way.
Our son.
She thinks John can't change, and, you know,
Dress caused all the
he
problems.
really
What kind
can't.
of dress? It was a
I don't
gift
care
for
if he
you.
builds a ranch.
Hey,
There's a telegram messenger for you over
And this ranch hand, I forget his name,
there is.
comes from the
Okay.
Sadie Adler
Excuse me,
School
mister.
of Fashion.
I'm Jim Milton. Heard you had a telegram for me.
Yes, here. Sign there.
Thank you.
There's O-Dog. O-Dog says, Davy boy, what up?
Stop.
Glad you two caught up.
Jam, I know. Stop.
You two really need to get online with Serena
Got something to discuss.
and make a video.
Pay good. Meet me in saloon in Valentine. I'm there most days. Stop.
David says, what up, double OG,
Yeah.
triple OG?
I'll be damned. Abigail.
John gets a telegram from Mrs. Adler, and Abigail leaves for Strawberry and
Darling
takes
John,
Jack.
a kind
Oh,
lady from the
interesting.
village helped
I don't
me
know
write
what it
this.
means, what the significance
Genuine
is,
comes
but
around, and as
Adler is German for
Listen,
eagle.
I have begged
She's
you,
Sadie
but
Eagle.
it don't seem to make much difference.
Note, eagle flies.
tried
A lot of
everything
eagles in
I
this
know to
game.
make you grow
What's
up.
that about?
And you know I love you, but loving you means I can't watch you do this. Time after time, we've had to run because of your behavior and your decisions.
Hodok says,
got a
chillin',
son.
I'll be back.
I
Arthur
got a
Morgan.
son,
Arthur,
and
of
I
course,
love our
King
son
Arthur.
enough that I
Morgan,
can't have him around while you're like this.
Merlin's
I had so
sister,
many dreams, John.
who was evil.
I hoped you would change.
So that, you know,
we
I
all
mean,
saw what happened to them that didn't, but you.
so he has a good
Part of
name
you
and
is
an evil last name, an
ending
evil
up the
surname,
same
but, you
way.
know, that goes with the, you can play him
I
good
love
or
you
bad.
Too much to watch that no more. Abigail.
I don't know what Vanderlinde means. If it means anything. Vanderlinde. Name meaning. A topographic name for someone who lived by a lime tree in Middle Dutch. Of the lime tree. So, doesn't really mean anything at all. Hortus says, hey y'all. Greetings, Hort.
There's a wife, Milton.
Appreciate you being here, friend.
She's out.
I saw her leaving. with the
Abigail
boy.
has left
bags.
John and taken Jack.
What's going on?
You married, Mr. Dickens?
No.
That don't surprise me.
We're finishing
What'd she
the cutscene
Got you with
live
a
stream
showgirl?
commentary
I hear about you
tonight.
shooting more fellas over by
Doing both
Strawberry?
epilogues.
Just who are you, Jim Milton?
I'm a family man.
There's about 2
Handle
hours
a
worth of
gun.
epilogues.
Sure. Them men shot at me.
Just
Did
interested,
you
that's
see?
all.
I put
Nothing
I
interesting,
strung
unless you find gossip
all the
about a man's
cutscenes
marriage
together
worthy of your
into
time.
one massive,
There's work
ridiculously
to be done?
large
you're
video.
running
It's
off.
11 hours
Ain't
long.
going nowhere.
It was
Here at
108
work.
gigs.
Save money, do what
It
she
took
wants.
almost a
does
day
she
to
want?
upload with an
Wants
Ethernet
a place
cable.
of her own. Said she found a plot
It was
up in
ridiculous.
Beatrice Hope.
I mean, a day is in 24
You're a
hours. I think
rancher?
it took like 18 hours.
Starve.
Probably.
Keep yourself busy. Take your mind off.
I started at like 4 p.m. and when I woke up the next day, it was still uploading. It was pretty funny. But it's up for just for posterity and for reference, for viewer reference. If you want to have it on in the background, you know, while you're doing chores or homework. There's no commentary. It's just an 11-hour video. It's basically the entire Lord of the Rings extended edition, or a series of you know, a season of TV. Time progresses. I don't know why John isn't like heading off to Strawberry and getting Abigail back immediately. Cold Arthur Morgan says, hello, greetings friend. Interesting username. Appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday. Hortus says, just main mission cutscenes. In this video, the epilogue, yes. However, for that 11-hour video, it's pretty much everything.
You know, I was wrong about you. Turned into a
Except,
fine worker.
regrettably, Buell and the veteran.
Hey, you think I could speak with Mr. Geddes?
I forgot.
Maybe he's open to
It just
offering
slipped
us
my
some
mind.
guidance.
No, I'm sure he'd be happy to hear you speak.
Chapter
to
6 is already so long,
Thank you, Mr. Dickens.
so we don't have the veteran cutscenes, regrettably. And it's too late now.
Hey, son. How's that bull?
Fine, Mr. Milton.
Your father in? Can I have a word?
But, you know, we've got
Sure.
the
I'm
Widow
just kidding.
and Sally Nash, Marco Dragic.
Milton.
Sorry for the
Cold
disturbance.
Arthur Morgan says, I have his horse as Arthur.
Began her morning discourse on
What
the
horse,
subject
Rachel?
of my faults.
It really is a
Experience
beautiful
every
breed.
In some
He
ways,
continues.
My wife,
Yeah, I love Rachel
my
for
wife
Arthur.
also has issues with some of the decisions I've made. Real issues. Do you believe a man can change, sir?
Where is this heading?
Guess I don't know. I've tried to be a good hand. I've worked hard to secure your property.
And for that we are grateful.
And you've paid me well besides. The thing is, I suppose, I need to get a place of my own. So I can prove to my wife that I've changed.
I understand.
Mr. Geddes is a good role
I
model
ain't got much
for
money. I ain't asking to borrow.
for
nothing.
John, and I like him as a mentor.
Maybe you could
He gives John
Go to the bank and
the
put in
idea
a good word so they could give me a loan.
that Beecher's Hope is
So
possible.
I can buy that place, Beecher's Hope.
You just gotta start small and build. Hortus says, I think I only ever got Buell with Arthur once. Always savor for John now. Yeah, I do too, Hortus. Although there is a way to get Buell by knocking the veteran off Buell after, I believe, the second mission. And then you can go get Buell, and the veteran will spawn a new Buell.
You'll get what you need.
Thank you, sir.
I was young and
Cold
dumb
Arthur
once, too.
Morgan says, the horse you just mentioned, I can't say it or spell it. It is a Red Dead mystery. Hortus says, I sort of wish there were more missions in Pronghorn, to be honest. It's a nice place. They were very welcoming to John. It serves its purpose. But again, you know, we really want to get back in the saddle. Finally, John is in his default gunslinger outfit, which I really like for John. With a slightly different hat, of course. There's a wolf. The trapper has a wolf coat that looks very similar to the legendary grizzly coat.
I hope so.
Might be too similar for a Bad Honor playthrough, but it is a wolf coat. Hortus says, I do like the Geddes character. Mr. Geddes, yeah. He's a great role model for John. He helps him a lot. He has connections in Blackwater, this Blackwater bank.
I know it ain't much, but I ain't much of a farmer either. But I will get there.
That is a very unusual way of asking for a loan. Mr.
A lot easier to get a loan back then.
Marston. Only
Always
folk
loved
around
the
here call me Milton.
wallpaper in the
Kind of a
bank.
joke, I guess.
Just that tiny little detail.
Which folk?
And you know
Mr.
they just
Geddes?
cut and paste. The devs
work
just
for
cut
him.
and paste, but
He said that
it's
you can help me out.
I just love it.
You can.
So old David Geddes told you I'm
Hortus
the kind
says
of man
John's
to loan
classic
a
hat
man
is
with
my
two
favorite
names
for him.
money so he can buy a rundown
Well,
farm on
we
account
do
of
need a
his
unique
lack of
hat for
farming
the
skill.
for the channel.
too
I mean,
promising
for
when you
you know,
grow
for
like
both
that.
Arthur and
Well,
John.
how would you
So I don't like using the classic hats. And I
Sorry,
really
Mr.
like John in the Big
Oh,
Valley
sit
hat.
down, I'm sure we can figure something out. Now, of course, we'll be
The
expecting...
Kings of Coal, greetings friend, happy Sunday, says, should have done Fat John. Yeah, we don't really, I mean, I keep both Arthur and John underweight
vouches for you. It'll be okay with the bank.
on,
Absolutely.
Thank you.
on pretty much keto
We'll be
diets.
expecting our money back regular as clockwork until the debt's settled, otherwise...
Cold Arthur Morgan says, you know, I wear Arthur's hat as John to honor him.
I understand.
That's a good way to honor Arthur.
Well,
Arthur.
why don't you go check out the land while I fix the contracts and talk to Mr. Geddes. Oh, I heard there's squatters up there. We've been having so many problems recently, they'll need clearing on.
Sure.
Well, come back when you're done and we'll fix up the paperwork.
And who should we run into? Actually, not yet. We got rid of the squatters. And then, who should we coincidentally run into? Cold Arthur Morgan says, anyone heard of the rare miner's hat? Yes, indeed, of course. There isn't a single hat in this game I don't know, and that I or haven't made a video of. Cold Arthur Morgan says, it's a really cool hat. Yeah, it's got a light on it. It's good for spelunking.
Ah, it's you, the man with 2 names and no past. Come on in.
I know you guys like hats.
Well, let's just say there are no more squatters.
Okay. Well, got your paperwork ready. Now, you sure about buying this place? It's really run down, and the price isn't too great.
I think it would mean a lot for my wife. At least mean I was listening to her.
Okay. Well,
The Trapper has a
signed
Civil
here.
War rat hat that has rat skulls on it and is all raggedy. You might do that for the bad honor Arthur. It's a bunch of rats, however. I cannot recall. It may be more than 10 rats to make that darn hat.
Now we
Rats
own
are slightly
Marston,
easier
and
than
we
the
own Mr.
than
Milton,
snakes.
too, and we own your property. But you can buy your freedom. each
David
week.
says, the way John looks at the paperwork, yeah, he's completely overwhelmed. Sign here, sign here, sign here.
Congratulations, you are now a real American.
But he's doing it for
Independent
Abigail,
and owned by the
David.
bank.
The things you do for love,
Joking,
and yet
they own
the
me,
things
they
you do for your
just own
wife.
your property. Now you can also use this line of credit.
Hortus
for,
says,
you know,
yeah, the rat
improvements.
infantry hat is a great low honor look.
Sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Be
I
good,
believe
Mr. Marston.
you are correct,
Welcome to
Hortus.
homeownership.
And
It's a
it's like
beautiful
consistent
thing.
with the
Let your
theme
wife
of the
know,
channel,
complain
because it's
about
still
it.
a Civil War Hardy hat.
Just joking.
Hortus says 10 rats and a goat skin. Yeah. Limpany is great for rats, and also Fort Bernard, or Brennan. There's no R there, or there's one R. And who should we meet but Uncle,
Uncle?
The very same. Come here.
played by a different actor from Red Dead 1,
So you're going into the bank, and by the looks
who
of things,
sadly
you ain't
passed away and is commemorated at Macomb's End.
Well, I'm trying.
And honestly, just because this is my game, Red Dead 2, I prefer this actor. I prefer this actor's portrayal of Uncle.
Well, I got some things to take care
This
of.
is the Uncle I know and love.
too.
No, you don't have to.
Oh, I'm real sick, John. Lumbago. It's a slow and painful death, my brother.
Evidently.
Have a little pity, will you? Huh?
Come on, then.
All right.
Look at her.
Okay.
What do you think?
Why exactly did you buy this dump?
For Abigail?
Why?
Uncle
Is she an
offers some
idiot?
sound
No.
advice.
What were you thinking?
But first,
don't know.
we have to go
She
get
said she wanted
Charles.
She ever seen it? What are we gonna farm here? Rocks?
We?
You don't have a hope here without a wise hand at the tiller.
Enough of that. Get out of here. On your way.
No, you're stuck with me. Seems I'm stuck with you. John, the rock farmer.
So,
Hortus, how is
you think I'm an idiot?
your
No.
spice addiction?
I know you're
The
an idiot.
spice must flow. Oh, Craze Run. Sorry, David. Yes, you're correct. Oh, Craze Run. I had pad thai for lunch, and you could have it up to 5 stars. And when they asked, I said 0 stars. And they just laughed at me. Cold Arthur Morgan says, I just made a really cool outfit with that miner hat. Well done, friend. Customizing Arthur is one of the best, one of the most entertaining aspects of this game. You have to make Arthur your own. John's fixing fences again, but it's different when it's your own property, when it's your own house. Made a short out of this. This is one of my favorite scenes. It's a great way to reintroduce Sadie to the game. Hortus says, was pouring hot sauce on a couple hot dogs just a little while ago. Yes, indeed. That's one thing we know about Hortus. When she smashes that glass in that other guy's face, that's called glassing someone. Very popular in the UK, in bar fights. Or so I've been told. David says, Honey Nut Cheerios mixed with Frosted Flakes with bananas for lunch. That reminds me, I was going to get bananas for this one. That sounds delicious, David. I usually have oatmeal with blueberries and raisins and chopped almonds. I like a little crunch.
Beecher's Hope, west of Blackwater. I'm kind of a farmer now.
My nephew has loved Honey Nut Cheerios literally his whole life. That's his favorite.
Some other stuff, good and bad. Hey, you any interest in bounties?
I've gone straight. Sort of.
Don't really like cereal myself. I prefer oatmeal if I'm gonna go that route.
Maybe.
Come on then.
What?
Especially oatmeal raisin cookies.
Strawberry. Got on the run from New York.
There's Hera,
Price for it.
What'd he do?
which is a huge Mustang.
Gun?
No.
It's got to be a Mustang Ardennes, Mustang Hungarian hybrid.
Okay.
Hortus says the guy whose face she smashes in is the same guy Arthur dunked in the horse trough 8 years prior when drinking with Lenny. Yeah, he's still getting in trouble.
We came back. Didn't strike it rich, as you can see.
Great pointing that out, Hortus.
I got Uncle with me.
He'll be fine. The doctor's office is, you know, just 2 doors down. Get some miracle tonics in him. And, chicks dig scars. So, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. Let's move on. Hortus says, my 2 favorite cereals are Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Peanut Butter Crunch. Well, I do love peanut butter. I was feeding her Cheerios for a while because, you know, toddlers like Cheerios. And there are a lot of young mothers in our neighborhood. And she found a bunch of, like, just a pile of Cheerios on the sidewalk that obviously some toddler had just swept off his stroller. And I let her eat them. And she loved them. So I got her a box of Cheerios. It's cheap. And I would just sprinkle that in with her meals. David says, Banana Nut Crunch and Almond Delight are mine. I don't know either of those cereals, but they sound delicious. I'd like a Banana Nut Crunch Almond Delight. Muffin, donut, coffee cake. All those just sound... Now I'm hungry, but I'm always a little bit hungry. Uncle's taking a nap, resting, of course, has lumbago, you know. 16 viewers in the chat. Appreciate you being here, friends. Happy Sunday. On Sundays, we finish the cutscene commentary.
Oh, no, what did I have to tell you? I went into town.
No, I had pad thai with, it was shrimp pad thai with rice, of course, and a side of steamed veggies. and no stars.
I reckon.
Charles Smith alive? Really?
I reckon. This, I dreamed it all, and...
Hortus says, I do like the occasional almond delight. A very nice choice. Very niche choice. Nice. I have to look that up. Hortus says, kicked straight in the lumbago. Well, yes. We are not sympathetic. Meanwhile, back in Saint Denis.
Come on, let's get off. Back in Saint Denis.
It's not so difficult to find Charles.
Me neither.
It's not like finding Angelo Bronte. And I had no idea Charles was so beefy. Charles is in great shape. Look at those lats. And they're all like, look at that upper body. And that's just all like hard work and fighting and bison meat.
I'm alive.
Uncle thought maybe he was in some sort of trouble.
Kind of. Just
Cold Arthur Morgan says, I had Arthur in an all-black outfit and looked really sick, and then decided to match it with a black horse. That's the way to do it, the man in black. David says, like up, cowpokes. Thank you, friend. Appreciate it, David.
let me go place a bet. Come on.
Yeah, I had no, like, pound for pound, I'm sure Charles could take Bill Williamson. Bill, like, outweighs him by at least 30 pounds and is maybe 6 inches taller. But
Myself to win. Lone
Charles
wolf.
has been doing his push-ups.
All of this.
Okay. Funny thing, I pegged you for the favorite, but the odds just got real good. What about you, sir?
I think it would be very challenging to achieve a physique like that in 1899 without, like, you know, bodybuilding and weightlifting is in its infancy. Nobody knows what a bench press is. Maybe he's doing push-ups. You know, he's pretty much just built like that.
Come on, Lone Wolf.
But it's more of a, you know, it's more of a modern physique.
Lone Wolf, whoa! How? Made my month, but you also made some fellas.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, in that mission I bet on Charles. Yes, you always bet on Charles. We are loyal to our friends. Miko says, yep, Charles already threw Bill in camp. Don't think I've seen that cutscene.
But right now, my sense is you just need to lie low.
I would assume Bill is a clumsy fighter
High country.
who just relies on his strength. I mean, his brute strength and his size
Okay, boys. I'll meet you at the bridge outside.
to intimidate everyone.
Just have a few errands to run.
You're useless.
I am a deep thinker.
Be quick.
Come on.
Much like Big Tommy.
Okay.
And these jokers again.
Careful.
Why?
Those are Guido Martelli's men.
Who?
He used to work for...
Hortus says Charles throws Micah.
Been here now.
Okay.
Hey. Come over here.
What now?
4 against 2. We'll be fine.
I go right. On 3. 3.
Feels like old
Miko says, oh, sorry, I was thinking of Micah. Okay, yeah.
together again.
Let's just hope things don't turn out like last time.
Here he goes. What'd I tell you, Charles?
David says, Mordred is my black American Standard Bread in this playthrough. Mordred. I have to look up that name. Mordred name meaning. The name Mordred, to quote Google, is primarily a male name of Welsh origin that means controlled, moderated. So your horse is a mod, just like you are, David. Well done. Well done, David. Serena's here. Greetings. Hi, Serena. Everybody say hi to Serena. Serena says, hi, Antonio. Sorry I'm late. Yesterday was so hot here. Was 40 degrees. Not too bad today. Still a bit humid. I had to clean my room, LOL. Okay, let's look up 40 degrees in freedom. 40 degrees Celsius to F. Okay, that's 104 in freedom. That's ridiculously hot. I'm sorry, Serena. I hope your PS4 did not suffer. Hortus says it's kind of tricky to kill all 4 of those guys within 10 seconds for the gold of that mission. Well, I'll tell you, Hortus, when we do our Bad Honor playthrough, we are not even going to be paying attention to medals. We're just going to get through it with as much mayhem and horribleness as possible. David says he's a Knight of the Round Table and a mod. He didn't know that. He was one of King Arthur's mods. Hortus says, hi, ma'am, and Nico says, hello, Serena, and Serena says, hi, David. I'm glad you and David are here, Serena. He missed you. He didn't say he did, but I know he did. And I'm glad you're here, Serena. Appreciate you, friend.
Hello, Sadie.
David says, great videos you have been putting out to Serena. And Serena says, hi, Miko. And now we get to have breakfast with Mrs. Adler.
Whole country's getting robbed, robbing, or
Note her bandolier, which has shotgun shells.
Bastards, victims of bastards, and the bastards who want to put the bastards in the ground.
And which are you, exactly?
Me?
I would assume those shotgun shells are made of paper.
Same as most people.
And they might have been red back then. But, you know, because they didn't have plastic yet.
I just might get to be all 3 again.
How you mean?
You ever heard of Shane Finley?
Cold Arthur Morgan says, I feel like the best chapters for Red Dead Redemption 2 are Chapter 4 and Chapter 2. I prefer 2 and 3, personally. Serena says, is O-Dog here? Yeah, he's here somewhere. David agrees. He says, he's been in and out. And Serena says, Antonio, I uploaded the video. Tell me if the title is good or not, and I'll change it. Hold on, I'm going to look for it right now.
I didn't much like him even before he robbed me.
That happened a lot. This line of work.
Yeah, but they're all people like me. Anyway, now they're holding
Where are you?
desert down south, waiting to head north. So
Arthur and his horse did backflips off the cliff. And more memories. Yeah, that's a great title. However, you need to put the timestamp like in a pinned comment so everyone knows where it is.
Is the money good?
There, I like. You are over 400 subs, Serena. Well done, friend. I liked it. I'll watch it later.
Come on.
Where is it we're heading again, you say?
Serena, did you see Sadie? She's asleep. There she is. She's very tired. And Sadie takes us deep into New Austin, where I'm back in Red Dead 1 territory. And look how pretty it is compared to Red Dead 1.
We're gonna watch you swing.
What for? I didn't do anything. Nothing.
Mina says, hi Sadie. Oh, beautiful. Yeah, she is. And she's very tired.
But we got him back.
Hortus says, I only point out gold conditions because I went through the trouble of getting them for every mission. I'm not pushing for you to go for them. Yeah, I used to like be obsessed with golds and make videos on them, tutorials. I just stopped. I don't care anymore. But I appreciate that you did that. That's quite an achievement, Hortus. And you did it while blowing out your taste buds with every spice on the planet.
All right, well, if you need any more work, you can find me in town. Or maybe I'll find you.
I'm retired.
Sure.
Cold Arthur Morgan, are you talking about Sadie's horse? Hera? Or Bob? The dapple gold
Excuse me, sir.
Turcoman.
You work here?
No, I just hang around here for fun.
And let's buy a house in a box.
I know this sounds crazy.
You can buy log cabin kits. Basically the same thing. They'll sell you the plans.
Crazy friend.
and then they'll sell you the lumber. Or if you have a property, you can just buy the plans and lumber and mill the logs yourself.
Each one is entirely unique.
Serena says, yes, Antonio, my PS4 is working fine, even in the heat, since my uncle fixed it.
Do you want to buy a house?
Well, I hope your uncle doesn't have lumbago.
Entirely unique pre-cut.
And Cold Arthur Morgan says, yeah, that Turkoman. Yeah, she has that in chapter 4, I believe. Bob.
Take that one.
Ah, yes, we have that one in stock.
And I already got credit from the bank.
Oh.
There's a company, Sears Roebuck. It's out of business now.
Write your name here.
They pretty much got killed by Amazon.
Sign your name there.
But they used to sell houses and kits
Of a factory-built home.
all through the 1890s and 1900s. I think until the 1920s. So, and a lot of those houses are still standing today. Horta says, but because I can remember what most of the conditions are and how to get them, I tend to get gold more often than not on subsequent playthroughs. There are a handful of missions where it's tricky. Yeah, you know, a lot of headshots and timing issues with the gold medal,
Who are these two?
from what I've seen.
Their skin is about we need them.
We ain't got that kind of money, Charles.
Serena says, LOL, no, he hasn't got lumbago.
Come on. Mr. Devon, you're with me. Mr. Wayne, this is
Milton. Jim Milton.
Sir, good to meet you.
That is a fine beard.
Why?
The best smith around is that Norwegian fella up there.
Note, Charles has grown his hair out and is sporting an eagle feather.
Good. Because you're about to get shot at over a goddamn hammer.
You want to build a house with a sniper
David
rifle?
says, Sears Buy My House closed in 2018. Yeah, it was sad. You know, my dad loved Sears and Craftsman tools. It's just, they got their ass kicked by Amazon. They really should have gone the Amazon route and, like, Sears.com.
This is
But,
my associate, Jim Milton.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what their board members were thinking.
Best smith around.
Horta says, timers are the ones that I miss.
He needs some tools. He's building a ranch house up at Beecher's
Cold
Farm.
Arthur Morgan asks, anyone excited for the new GTA 6? Or GTA, yeah. And I'm sure Serena is, and O-Dog.
Like I said,
Serena says, I feel sorry for Mr. Wade here. I think that's his name. Yeah, it's awkward. We're just bonding with him, and he gets 2 arrows. He gets ventilated by a couple arrows.
So Milton is working with Cakes Hardwood and Timber in town. Should I get them to pay you and add it to his bill up there? Okay. Come on.
Handmade woodworking tools.
Okay.
Serena says, yes, I'm excited about GTA 6. I need to get a PS5. Yes, indeed you do. They're available now. I say go for it. We'll get a PS5 if we get the live streams to support themselves. We'll get it for the live stream. I believe, do not quote me on this, but I believe it is easier to live stream on a PS5. We shall see. But I don't know. Hortus says, regarding GTA 6, I'll surely get it. Not sure how into online I'll be, but I'm one of them who preferred Red Dead Online to GTA Online.
What happened? Skinner Brothers. Autumn? Enough. Once this is done.
Well, I've never really, you know, I don't think I've
Mr. Wayne buried.
Okay.
I've played GTA Online at all.
I'm fairly sure we scared him off for now. Bad business. Well, we'll be
Serena says, Antonio, are you going to upload GTA 6? No.
Sure.
No, this is Arthur's channel. Serena, we're going to do, we're going to finish the Red Dead 1 playthrough, and then we're going to do a Bad Honor Arthur playthrough.
Don't you forget that.
Serena says, Antonio, will you upload GTA 5? No, I wasn't planning to. I wasn't thinking about it. Not really. Maybe LA Noire. Maybe. LA Noire might be
Those plans make any sense?
Oh, sure.
might be fun for live streams.
I think. How hard can it be?
What do you think about that, chap? O-Dog and mods.
The reading and planning, and you
We could do that after the Bad Honor playthrough.
Weasel out of doing any work.
Now, that is plain unfair. It's inaccurate and
It would
not
be a
what's
little
gonna happen.
tricky
I'm simply
because
gonna
you
use
cannot.
what I've
We'd
got,
have to get a.
which is a brain.
We'd have to get a capture card because you cannot.
less of a brain.
Let's get
You
started.
cannot record the
First
cutscenes.
thing it says the foundation.
Serena says, yes, Antonio, upload LA Noire. You need more driving videos for in LA Noire, Serena. You should do that too. We can be LA Noire twins.
Oh, here comes Charles. Maybe he can lighten the mood a little.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, I barely even play GTA Online. There's too many glitch fighting and way too many griefers.
Now, come on. Get a move on. We gotta get started before the rains come.
You're very annoying.
Yeah, that's what drove me away from Red Dead Online. I included the entire song here, just for your listening benefit. And, you know, you get that little bird that a lot of people think is the spirit of Arthur. And I think that's overthinking it. It's John's little friend. If anything, it has to be the spirit of, like, John's love for Abigail or family. Serena says, yes, I will. Nothing to do once the game finishes, aka Noir. And David says, AC Valhalla, Serena. Yes, I agree, Serena. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you can play as a girl. She's fully customizable, and that is a great game. I highly recommend it. It's not scary at all. For someone who loves zombie movies and is afraid of zombie games, I can tell you that LA Noire is not scary at all. Sadie moved to the couch. Jamie says Red Dead Online is mostly chill and wonderful, but you will run into some that seemingly live to grief. David says it's Miss Grimshaw, that little bird. Yeah, maybe. Serena says, I know I play GTA Online in private sessions, especially if I want to do missions. Too many griefers. That's the way to do it, I suppose. And Serena says, hi Jamie. Jamie is a great friend of the channel, Serena. Taught me all about horse mods, for which I will be eternally grateful. Cold Arthur Morgan says, oh yeah, there's way too many trash talkers. Well, that's the internet, and that's live gameplay. That's part of the reason why they do it. Serena says, yes, David, I'd be too scared to play. There's no reason to be scared. There's nothing scary in Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's just fighting with the swords, and you get to be a Viking. You get to be a girl Viking. I think you will love it. In fact, I know you will love it. Jamie says, hey, Starhearts. And Cold Arthur Morgan says, every time I try to speak facts, they don't agree with me and start trash talking. Yeah, that's what they do. I wouldn't even engage, personally. David says, it's very easy to get the hang of it, speaking of AC Valhalla, and nothing scary, and yeah, the climbing is incredible, and the costuming, you can customize weapons, it's a lot of fun. You'll have fun, I promise you, and the game is cheap now. It's available on PS4. I promise you you'll have fun. It'll be great for your channel. Miko says, I'll never think of this house building scene the same since I saw some modders that made a cougar smack them while working. That's funny. There is a cougar. They are technically in cougar country. And Cold Arthur Morgan says, love the music.
That's everything.
Well, I put that up there for you, Cold Arthur.
So do you.
Oh, I know.
And you, Charles. As long as you'll stay with us.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, to this
It's
happy
amazing
home.
that 3 men, or rather
Least till this
2
fool
men,
gets his woman
John and
back.
Charles, were able to build that literally by hand. You worked a lot harder in 1907 than you do in 2023. Hortus says, I've not cared for Assassin's Creed as much since the soft reboot with Origins, though I did play some Valhalla because I like Vikings. Yeah, Hortus, I love Vikings. That was a great TV series, Vikings. Great theme song. I don't think I watched it all the way through. Sort of lost interest once they got to France. And it just kept going forever. And then they like introduced Black Vikings and Chinese Vikings, and it just seemed to go off the rails historically. But yeah, I love Vikings. Norse culture, Norse mythology. Don't love it as much as, say, the Roman Empire in Britain, Roman Britannia, but it comes close. Cold Arthur Morgan says, I swear to God, everyone, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2 for 900 hours. I believe you, friend. You wouldn't be here if you weren't. Hortus says, yeah, I lost interest once Ragnar got killed off. Yeah, those first couple seasons, very compelling. When he's figuring out the way to England and nobody believes him. Serena says, Antonio, your subtitles are blue. Nice. How did you do that? I tweaked the color in iMovie, so I just made everything brighter. It's autocorrect, basically. And it just makes everything prettier.
Uncle,
sparklier.
Where the hell?
Cold Arthur Morgan asks, anyone a fan of Hitman 1?
One time I hope to find you working.
That's for the chat. Uncle's taking a nap again. Note, he takes a nap on this very tree in Red Dead 1. 3 years later, he's still sleeping under that same tree. Serena says, I tried playing Hitman, couldn't finish it.
Your journey into the grave. This is a fatal condition I got.
And I'll give you another fatal condition. We don't get on with
Is that the one with the bald guy? The bald guy in black? David says, didn't care for it. Or am I thinking of someone else? Something else.
Grazing?
Yeah, so cows, sheep, goats. Now, goats is easy, but they taste awful.
I don't like goats. And cows, I've seen enough cows.
Yeah, sheep then. But any livestock, you're gonna need a barn.
Barn will take 3 of us 6 months to build.
Oh, you don't build a barn, dumbass. What do you think this is, 1785?
Now we need to build a barn.
Pre-cut just like the house. This is the industrial age. The lumber fellers all have them.
That guy makes me hate the modern world.
Oh, come on. I'll deal with them.
David says, that's the one.
Of course you do. All them potatoes.
Okay, I know which one you're talking about now. Yeah, I haven't played it. Saw the movie, though.
Here, what you think? Have a look.
The movie was okay.
Maybe that one.
We're an excellent choice. We have a couple already cut and in stock. I'll have it sent to you in Blackwater.
I'm down at Beach.
I do want to play the Yakuza series at some point. That sounds, I mean, that seems interesting for me, even though it's not really free roaming, but it's Tokyo and it's martial arts.
How are we going to pay for this?
Same way we pay for everything.
I just wish I could help you, sir. You've been a good customer, and I like you, and David Geddes likes you. This man
And Serena, you played Batman Arkham Knight. I know you have like a playthrough on your channel, and I've always been curious about it.
John! Hey!
Is that Sadie Adler? Hey.
John, how are
Cold Arthur Morgan asks, Antonio, how did you make that outfit? It's really popping out. Are you talking about John's outfit? It's just the Big Valley hat. Everything else is his default gunslinger outfit.
How desperate?
Hortus says, I'm interested in that Rise of the Ronin game coming out. I don't know that one, Hortus.
Oh, it's
Let's
very
look it up.
legal, but it's also pretty dangerous. With you, it'll be fine, but
Rise of the Guardians, Rise of the Resistance, Rise of the Ronin.
Look after him, Sadie. He's a delicate flower underneath.
Rise of the Ronin, to quote Wikipedia, is an upcoming action-adventure playing video game developed by Team Ninja and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment. The game is scheduled for release for the PlayStation 5 in March of 2024.
Come on, Ramon. Let's go for a ride.
Oh, it looks pretty. It looks like, you know, it's very reminiscent of Ghost of Tsushima, except for like this flying thing that he gets to fly on. That is not historically accurate. But I like the costumes. He looks cool. Yeah, that's interesting.
Mr. Sheriff?
Serena says, I will play Mafia 2, I think it's called. Was free on PS Plus. Serena, you're free on PS Plus. David says, looks interesting, Hort. And Serena asks, what's the game about, Hortus? Cold Arthur Morgan says, never play Mafia, but I've seen a couple videos on YouTube about it, but Mafia 1 and Mafia 3 are so badass. I'll tell you, every game I ever play, I always find myself drifting back to this one.
Okay, if you think so, mister. Oh, I know so, Ramon.
Hortus says, similar-ish to Ghost of Tsushima, but more over-the-top, unrealistic. Yeah, that Japanese dragon flying machine that he's on, that hang glider thing, that kind of bugs me.
Bad old days. Well, you did a good job.
I mean, if it's a fantasy game, it's okay. If it's a science fiction game, it's okay. But if you are set in a historical context, that historical era that actually existed, that I know a lot about, if not intimately, it's gonna bug me. Serena says, Mafia 11 Definitive Edition. I'll give it a go. Serena, I vote for AC Valhalla, personally. You will love it. You don't know. You don't even know. Cold Arthur Morgan says, Ghost of Tsushima. When I bought it, it was a really cool game to play. But $70 is crazy. I don't think I got it for $70. I think I got it for 50-ish. But yeah, 70 is a little high for me, a little steep for me. Trina says, LOL, Antonio, you make me laugh. Yes, that is one of the roles of this channel, is to entertain and amuse you. And I gotta keep my mods happy. Because they are the only line of defense between me and those unruly bastards of the chat.
Are you threatening me?
You're not really unruly bastards. I just like that. I just like calling you that.
$100.
Maybe I'll add a channel member level at like 99 cents called Unruly Bastard.
Done. Let's go, Jim Milton.
I don't think I could though. I don't think YouTube would allow it. YouTube reviews like your channel membership levels and the titles you have, and I don't think they would like that. Hortus says, Ghost of Tsushima is one of my favorite PS4 games, for sure. Yes, same here. I love Jin. I love the look of that game. It's beautiful. Serena says, same Antonio. I play other games. I always come back to Red Dead. Yeah, I love this game.
Me. You just cover me. I ain't getting you killed out there.
Hortus says, just bought the upgrade for The Last of Us 2 today. Downloading now.
Besides, those bastards
I didn't even know there was an upgrade. I thought they did a remaster. Is that what you're talking about?
I'm gonna go.
You sure about this? Just don't seem right.
The Last of Us.
John Marston. Do as you're goddamn told.
Is that on Netflix? The Last of Us? I haven't been watching it. I don't have Netflix.
All right, amigo. Coming.
Try anything clever, you're gonna
Jamie
get
says,
shot.
Hortus, no return mode is great in The Last of Us 2. It's addicting. Jamie, you are addicted. Is there big monsters in Valhalla? I get scared. No, you just have to fight people. You fight other Vikings and English people. It's just fighting with swords. There's no monsters. It's fighting and climbing. That's it. You will have fun. And you get to play as a girl. Cold Arthur Morgan says, anyone talking about Red Dead Redemption 3? I assume that is coming out the same year as GTA 6. I do not assume that at all. I assume it would come out 2 to 4 years after GTA 6.
Me and the boys will ride them to Saint Denis right away this time. Come along, Cortez.
Hortus says, yeah, the PS5 remaster is just a $10 upgrade if you own the PS4 version. That's worth it.
Exactly. Now goodbye. Let's go, boys.
Serena says, you know what? Be good if all of us with our characters online uploaded, Antonio. Yes, indeed.
Send my money to the bank for me.
Of course.
Supposed to be retired.
Hortus says, bro, the next Red Dead game is like 10 plus years away. Don't be absurd. Yeah. I don't think they're even working on it now. Or even thinking about it.
See you around, partner.
Regrettably. We just have this game. But, you know, this is a perfect game. And, honestly, to be quite honest, we shall see with GTA 6. But I believe Red Dead 3, if it ever comes out, will be a downgrade from Red Dead 2. I think it will be a disappointment.
House, barn.
It's,
Look at this place.
you know, it's going to be something like,
Thank you. Thank you both.
you know, this is not a perfect metaphor, but it's going to be like Cyberpunk 2077. It's going to be overhyped. It's going to be underdeveloped. It's not going to... and also, I love this song. They're so happy. It's leading to disaster, but they're so happy. I think CGI has gone backwards. You know, you can really see it in movies. The talent isn't there anymore. And the innovation technically isn't there anymore. It's too expensive. So I think it'll be a downgrade. I think people will be disappointed. However, the bellwether will be GTA 6. We'll see what they do with GTA 6. If they even make a Red Dead 3, which I don't believe they will, regrettably. Yes, Cold Arthur Morgan, we are almost at the end. We've got about 30 minutes to go. Poor uncle is going to have a really bad day. But good news, he'll finally have something else to complain about other than his lumbago. He'll finally have something real to complain about. So yeah, that's my opinion on Red Dead 3, but we'll see what happens with the GTA 6. Hortus says, I mean, the graphics of GTA 6 are already pretty crazy, and I think that the trailer is all real time. I don't trust trailers, Hortus.
You think?
Especially, you know, it's like,
But my other guess is they know we're coming after them.
you know, it's like most of those cutscenes, I think they get tweaked. You know, it's like they're showing the best possible version. Just remember the trailer for this game. They show the best possible versions, a lot of early and like content that's not going to be available. But we'll see.
I don't care.
Serena says, poor uncle, those Skinners, LOL. Yeah, hate those SOBs. Yes, Cold Arthur Morgan. The trailers might seem pretty true, but when you look in the game, it's going to be different. Yes, it is going to be different. And I don't... I've got a bad feeling. Got a bad feeling about this.
Let's get him comfortable.
Thank you, boys.
Don't mention it.
I thought I was dead.
Don't get all sentimental now.
I mean,
man.
it's like...
Then I'll really think you're dying. It's gonna be okay. A few days, you're gonna be just
Well,
fine.
just with the current polarization
You're a
of
survivor.
literally everything, it's very hard. It will be very hard to make
He'll
a
be fine.
GTA 6
You think they'll be back?
Maybe, but I doubt it. We must have killed most of
if they are afraid
This is your
of
land.
disappointing
Bears once?
I don't think
gamers or
Another
getting
fellow from
canceled,
Skinner's rode down about 2 years ago.
which I
They're just
assume
angry
they
men
would be.
on a rampage, and we gotta
Miko
go.
says, it always makes me wonder how they instantly overcame the drunken hangover. Must have been the shock from Uncle's kidnapping. Agreed, Miko. It's like you just power
Oh,
through.
we got Uncle singing.
You're still
Stop
hungover,
torture.
but the adrenaline kicks in because you gotta
We're gonna be
you
safe,
gotta go to
John.
work. Serena says, same, cold Arthur Morgan. I also hate Murphys and Night Folk. Jamie says, we'll get Red Dead 3 in the early 2030s if we're lucky. 2 sold almost 60 mil, so I don't know how they don't make a sequel. And Take-Two loves their money. I hope we see something entirely new with Red Dead 3. Yeah, Take-Two does love their money, but I think you can use their abandonment of Red Dead Online as an indication of what they think of this game. Also, Dan and Dave have moved on, I believe. And what would Red Dead 3 be without Dan and Dave? What are they doing now? What are they working on now? Dave Hauser.
What the hell?
Grand Theft Auto London. Anyone played that? That was in 97. Okay, works. 2019, Red Dead. The last thing he's worked on is Red...
You always did have
Let's
that
see.
fine way with words.
He's got a blockchain game studio.
Can I go see the house?
Sure.
And he's married to a Russian actress. Christina Jab... I think he's retired. He's not really working on anything. His last credit in Wikipedia is Red Dead Online from 2019.
I should see about that boy.
Who's my new ride?
Jamie says, that is a good point, Super Antonio, and look at how they've abandoned it in the state it's in. Hell, they can't even be bothered to fix the stable glitch. Yeah, Serena complains about that a lot.
I guess.
Yeah, I think they are taking the company in a different direction. They're going to be a kinder, softer, more diverse gaming company. And it's going to reflect in their games.
Fine, sir.
What are you doing?
But, you know,
Reading.
that's just how I feel about
Playing with the dog.
modern
Go
media.
fishing or something?
If you try to please everyone, you will please no one, and you will produce
You like eating,
bland,
right?
tasteless content
We gotta find some food.
that no one is interested in, and everyone is offended by.
Let's head this way to the stream.
So let's go fishing.
This is a real good fishing spot.
Folk always say that, and hours later they've caught nothing.
Ain't you just the leading authority on everything?
Well, ain't it so?
Well, maybe. In this case, it's true. I hear there's some
Jamie
real
says,
big fish
amen
in
on
here.
that.
Big old steelheads. Hard to
Cold
catch.
Arthur Morgan says, you got John looking like a whole Mexican right now with that mustache. Yeah, everybody thinks that, but I don't think he looks Mexican at all.
Know-it-all? Come on, son.
I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Serena says, where has Abigail and Jack been all this time? They've been in Strawberry. Abigail was working for the doctor, and they were living, there's, by the hotel, there's like there's a rooms to let sign. So they were living by the hotel in Strawberry.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, Pa? Keep going.
Jamie, there's one metaphor that I love that we can speak in code, because I really don't like talking about this on the channel, but you know, it's like if 1% of the population likes Hawaiian pizza, likes pineapple on the pizza, on their pizza. Why does 100% of the population have to eat Hawaiian pizza?
Fishing rods and the fish. I'm taking the dog home.
Cold Arthur Morgan says he looks like one of the Del Lobos. Well, that's your opinion, Cold Arthur. I think he looks like Marston.
Let's look after him.
And I know for a fact
Grab his rug.
Abigail loves that mustache.
Jack, the dog is gonna be just fine.
We never should have gone fishing.
Sometimes,
It's called the Spartan
sometimes,
because this is Sparta.
don't know how things are gonna turn out. But the dog.
The dog's gonna be fine.
Just for your reference, Hawaiian pizza was not invented in Hawaii. I believe it was invented in California. But it's good. It's a nice taste. If you like barbecue, you'll like the combo. It's the same taste profile, Hortus, with pineapple. It's acidic, it's sweet.
So you happy?
I think so.
Serena says, okay, Antonio, didn't know that. What you do know, and Serena, but you don't have faith, you need to have faith, is that you will love Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Never.
Miko says, I get what you mean, Super Antonio. It's a touchy subject for sure. Yeah, it's like I don't even want to talk about it on this channel. However, you can gain a lot of views and subs if you do.
Well, I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, I recommend keeping the beard. Abigail hates the beard. And Serena says, poor Rufus. Rufus will be fine. You just give him a little miracle tonic,
I'm a working woman, Abigail. I'm a bounty hunter.
and he'll be up and running.
Bodyguard. I protect the gold prospectors up in the hills.
Sadie is in her final form with the leather duster and the matching leather hat. Note the red headband, hatband, which matches her vest.
Took on a lot of debt when we bought this.
She is a fancy bounty hunter.
Pay it off?
Serena, do you have a dog or any cats or pets? I don't think I've ever asked.
You said no more of that.
No, you said that. What else am I gonna do? I'm a goddamn man.
It's legal work, Abigail. And I never got killed. It's hunting down fools for the government. Easy.
Dogs in Australia have to walk upside down. It's very confusing for them.
He's gonna do something better than this.
Like what? Writing silly stories?
I'm sorry, Abigail. Really, I am. I just thought if you
Uncle seems a little zoned out, but he's probably still upset about, probably still recovering from his Skinner's adventure.
Never burying me.
Odog said, sorry, had some fruit emoticons that had to be seen about. No worries, Odog. Happy you're here, friend. Appreciate you.
Bounty hunting is one thing, but goddamn, Micah?
I heard he was up country, or some fellow who sounded just like him.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, I feel like bounty hunting is really my favorite thing to do in the game. I prefer
I'm sorry,
hunting and horses.
I came by because I was riding by chasing a fella.
Serena
and
says, hi, Odog.
John wanted to earn some extra money.
Hortus says, Jack gets collateral damage, roasted like 2 or 3 times in the epilogue.
Some fella robbed his business.
Yeah, but Hortus, he looks so great in Red Dead 1 when you take control of Jack. I was very impressed.
How much does it pay?
It pays good. Well, the soft ones usually do.
Had no idea he would turn into such a cool looking character.
I guess.
Odog says, hi, Australian Queen. Yes,
No.
she is the Australian Queen.
John Marston, let's go.
Just you bring him back to me. You hear?
Cold Arthur Morgan says, I do the same thing, Antonio. Appreciate that, friend. Not sure what the same thing is. Horses and hunting. Oh, yeah, okay.
It's more like a local
That bear really did a number on his face. Hortus says, ugh, I hated playing as Jack. Yeah, it comes at 67% of the game. I really thought it would be closer to like 90 or post game. It would follow the same as like linear progression as this game, but you know, we're like 70% in and now we're Jack.
Come on. Don't shoot. Keep walking.
However, the Mauser can go full auto. We really should have collected that earlier for John. But so I got Jack the Mauser, and wow. I think I'll make a short out of that because it's so much fun to play with that thing. Serena says, yes, had dogs in the past. We had a cat, Bella. He passed away 3 years ago. I'm sorry to hear that, Serena.
I think he's gone.
You should get another one.
Monster.
Odog says, hey, Hort.
Get out here.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, I hunt legendary animals. Well, that's better than legendary animals hunting you.
No, ma'am. That weren't it.
Yes, it were. Come here. Come here. Thurwell, call yourself a man? Well, it's like Abigail says. That's one word for you.
Cold Arthur Morgan continues, sometimes I hunt perfect animals to craft clothing. My most recent crafting has been the perfect elk gloves. And they are perfect indeed. Haven't really explored all of the trapper's clothing items, apart from the legendary outfits.
No, I'm fine.
Sure?
Yeah, I'll send your shirt.
So we do have a moose video coming up, where we talk about the moose batwing chaps.
Always was a cold-hearted lizard of a woman.
It's Walker.
Also, I looked for the squirrel statue in Red Dead 1 on the mantelpiece. It is not there. That bugs me. Abigail finally got rid of it. Serena says, Odog, I messaged you the other day. Not sure if you got it. I tried to invite you, but you weren't on.
Useful. In a useless sort of way.
Who's that?
No idea.
Friend or foe?
We'll soon find out. It's the Geddes boys.
And Pronghorn Ranch arrives with a bunch of free stuff,
Duncan.
including a barrel. I'm not sure what we're supposed to do with that.
Furniture in the attic. I thought maybe you folks wanted as a housewarming present, you know?
Yes,
They say
Cold
never
Arthur
gone.
Morgan, we're getting there.
How kind they are. Tell your mom and pa we're very touched.
Odog says, I was asleep. Yeah, sorry about that, Odog.
Then we can arrange. This is real kind of y'all.
Appreciate you being here as always.
Paul said this is the least he could do.
All your friends are here.
Well, that's about everything.
Yeah, what are we supposed to do with that barrel?
He's got friends for life in me and my family.
I think you could have just busted that up into firewood.
I can't believe
You're just
this.
getting rid of junk.
It's so kind.
Sure. But there's still some more things that we need to get.
How about we take
Serena
a ride
says
with
American
John?
Venom was good. Mission, lose health pretty quick.
It has.
There's no timing. Hortus, you can correct me on this. To American Venom, it's health items. You can't use any health items. So all you have to do is hide and duck and wait for your health levels to reload.
There you go.
And just find a place to hide.
I'm gonna head to the Drapers for a minute. Won't take long, but I need to get
Cold
some
Arthur
materials.
Morgan says, I would assume the barrels are just there for decorations.
Yeah, after that we can get
Yeah.
our photo taken.
Serena says, thought you were asleep, probably saying that to Odog. Odog says, should be free to be on tomorrow.
All right, let's get that picture taken. That means
And this is a very sentimental mission. It's important. It's John deserves it. It's nice to see John and Abigail happy. It's nice to see John making an effort.
We'd like to get our photo taken.
Oh, photo. Yes, that I can help you with.
That's a beautiful cash register.
So,
Miko says, well, as they say, one man's junk is another man's furniture.
What did you want?
If I were Abigail, I wouldn't have accepted the barrel. I would have sent it back.
Yes, wonderful.
But she can't. It was very kind of the Geddes to give him stuff for the new house.
Yes, we have Niagara Falls.
They pick up a piano somewhere along the line.
We have Mount Vesuvius and its ruins.
And it's interesting that Abigail is illiterate, but she can play piano. Jack really should have taught her. Serena says, okay, Odog, tomorrow.
This one. Wonderful. That will be simple.
I always pick this background because it reminds me of Beecher's Hope, and I think Abigail would like it the best.
I couldn't afford them.
Odog says, I don't mind trying the Red Dead Online missions. Either, if you don't mind. Odog, Serena will be your guide to all things Red Dead Online. She is what the kids call a power player.
Thought you were a cowboy. A poser.
Oh no, I'm a poser. I learned from the best.
And you'll have to excuse me. Sadie's on the couch and she's having a nightmare. So I know you're not supposed to wake up sleeping dogs, but I always try to give her a little comfort. Hold on. Be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
I'm going to develop this for you. Wait here.
Take your time. What?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Tough guy. Gunslinger.
Excuse me?
Nothing. I didn't say anything. I just posed.
Shut up. You know, you're not very nice to me.
Oh, I'm nicer than you deserve.
True.
Here.
Okay. And we're back. She doesn't have nightmares every night. She has them perhaps like once every 10 days. It's very sad. She had a very hard start to her life that I know a little about. But I got her at 6 months, and she was adopted, I think, around 2 months. So like her first 2 months were very hard, and I assume that's what she's dreaming about, and makes me sad. But for the most part, she's very happy. She just has nightmares every now and then. Back to the chat. Hortus says, if you guys are fitting to play Red Dead, hit me up. I will join if scheduling allows. And Serena says, just time difference we have to work out a time. Yes, and Serena plays upside down, so it's an even more challenge for her.
You're a silly man, John.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, Abigail and John's relationship is really cute, but most times they just argue throughout the chapter as Arthur. Yes, indeed. But not here. And John better watch out for the water. Serena says, ah, poor Sadie. Yeah, it makes me sad. But I spend literally all of my waking life and most of my dream life giving her the best life possible. Odog says, I'm probably more adept to GTA Online than you. What level are you, Serena?
No, I mean proper. In front of God.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, Arthur and Sadie really should have dated. Well, they did. If you agree to go to Hanging Dog Ranch with her, they do technically spend the night together. David says, are you 22 hours in front of us? Serena, yes, she is, David. She's living in the future. It's I know now from the movie from movie night. It is 3:49 p.m. in Australia right now. The next day. Serena says, I think level 400 something on GTA Online. And she asks, what level are you? And Odog says, I'm level 480. Odog says, $35 million to throw away.
If you think this is dumb.
Micah is here. Hello, I'm glad to be here, Micah says. Greetings, Micah. Appreciate you being here, friend. Happy Sunday. Just in time for Red Dead or American Venom. David says, level 12, Red Dead Online. And Odog says, I was a Pacific Standard bank robber expert, LOL. And Jesus Ariola, salute to you, friend, says, salute everyone. I've been busy lately. No worries. Appreciate you being here. Happy Sunday. How is your lovely mother, Lucia? Serena says, nice, Odog. I'm getting there. And David says, see, I wouldn't be available till 5 p.m. California time. 5 p.m. for 5 p.m. U is lunchtime. It's like I think 1 p.m. the next day in upside down time. Serena says, I had heaps of money in GTA Online. Most of it is gone. And Odog says, David, play with me and Serena sometime. And Hort. Serena, you got a posse just waiting. For missions, of course.
Abigail, dear, what's for dinner?
What's for dinner? Away with you, you no good.
Jesus says she is doing great, eating right now. That's good to hear, Jesus.
John?
And Serena says, David, we have to level you up.
Hey, John.
And here comes Sadie with some news.
Sadie.
David says, absolutely.
I found him. I found Micah.
Yeah, David, it would be good for you. You work too hard.
Wanted for murdering a woman. Been seen drinking in Strawberry.
This might be a good jacket for bad honor, Arthur.
But I gotta go now. You coming?
No. He's not
It's
coming.
a trapper jacket. I forget what
His
it is. It involves goat skins, I believe.
Yeah, I'll ride with you.
No, I'm...
Jesus says I'm cooking pizza in the oven right now. I love pizza.
You risk all this? For what? For
A
Micah?
little too much.
All this wouldn't exist if it weren't
Pizza
for
is one of my favorite
Sadie.
foods. I have very simple tastes apart from sushi.
I'll let him go. This place ain't no more
I like
real
pizza. I like cheeseburgers.
Jack's dragons.
I'm begging you.
Serena says it's nearly 4 p.m. here. Odog says could be lots of fun with missions. I'm all for it. We need to get Super Antonio on missions with us. Yeah, I know what you mean, friend. I just don't have
I
time.
ain't got no other choice.
Especially if you're going to do a bad honor playthrough.
Keep an eye on the place for me.
Of course.
Please.
David says 8:52 p.m. and Sunday night
Let's
in
go kill this
California.
son of a
California
bitch.
dreaming time.
He's up in Mount Hagen. You gotta hold it.
And I always kill Cleet. I hate Cleet. I hate his name, and I hate him, and I hate Micah, and Cleet doesn't deserve to live. Hortus says pizza, burgers, burritos, tacos, top 3 foods. Yes, except you slather them with volcanic Scoville scale hot sauce, which pretty much negates everything for me. Serena says, hi, Micah. Yeah, it's like, I think the only thing I like sushi. I like Chinese food, Asian food, of course. But I'd be perfectly happy eating bacon cheeseburgers and having a vanilla milkshake. Bacon cheeseburgers with barbecue sauce and onion rings. Horta says, and that little kid in Saint Denis who cuts Arthur's satchel off was named Cleet as well. Yes, see, it's a horrible name, Hortus. I hate those kids. Don't worry, Sadie's wearing body armor. It got in there, but it didn't, like, penetrate too deeply. Sadie will be fine.
You alright? She's fine. You don't look too fine.
Charles is also wearing body armor. Most of that blood is not Sadie's.
I'm fine.
You're dying.
Jesus says, I am halfway of all the Funko Pops from Stranger Things. I have 11. Huge fan.
I ain't dying. Go get him. I'll be
I used to be addicted to Funko Pops. I love them. I don't have that many left.
Charles, stay with her.
I used to have a whole shelf of them. Sold most of them on eBay, but I have a couple left. I do love action figures, as you may or may not know. Micah says, I know originally you could harm these street kids in Saint Denis. There's recorded voice lines for tying them up. You can throw dynamite at them. That's the only thing that's left, and they'll run away, but it's pretty funny. They get scared. They stop their snotty talk.
But I felt different.
Jesus says, salute, star. That's to you, Serena. Serena says, yes, we need to get Antonio to play online with us. I don't even know where that character is. I need to start a new one. I don't remember the password. Yeah. I'd have to start a completely new account. I think.
just like old times.
Come on.
And dumb Micah has gained a little weight. Micah says, I plan on selling most of my Funko Pops in the future. You know, interestingly enough, Funko is a publicly traded company. What's their stock price at these days? They're not doing well.
All manner of folk paying social calls.
Hello, son. Mrs. Adler? It's been quite a while.
Yeah, 709.
Now, John. Now,
I used to trade Funko.
what were you saying?
What are you doing?
Down from 8 over the year.
I suppose.
Dutch and I are
But,
teaming
you
up
know,
once
like when
more.
I was trading them, it was going up to like 20 bucks.
Dreams. Join us, John. Join us.
Jesus says, I have Allie from the Last of Us action figure.
I can't do that, John.
Action figure or Funko?
Dutch.
Serena says, okay, O-Dog, I know right when I start playing, I don't want to get off. LOL.
Son.
You started.
I'm looking up Ellie, Last of Us
I can say the same as you.
action
I was trying to
figure.
do my best. You?
Oh, yeah, she is, Ellie, you meant. Yeah, of course, Ellie.
I think differently.
Ooh, interesting. There is an action figure by Lim Toys.
Us, John.
That's pretty cool, but I don't like The Last of Us 2.
Let her go. She ain't
Hortus says, any hot investing tips for 2024? Coinbase. Coinbase is going to hit 200. Jesus Ariola says, action figure. Yeah, I just saw it. Lim Toys. Micah says, do you have stocks from Take-Two Interactive? No, I do not. I don't even know what Take-Two is very consistent, and I prefer volatility. I don't even know what Take-Two's at these days. Take-Two stock price. I don't even follow. 163. They are doing quite well.
Say something, Dutch. Say
But yeah,
something.
like for, you know, they've only moved like 13 bucks in the whole year from like 150 to 160 to 163. That's not enough. They're too slow. We need volatility.
You shot me.
Cold Arthur Morgan says, sorry, my phone just went dead. You never have to apologize, Cold Arthur, on this channel. And Micah gets one explosive round between the eyes. Hortus says it'll likely go up around GTA 6's release, right? Yeah, but it won't go up much. I mean, yeah, if you want to buy like 100 shares, which would be over $16,000, you know, but do you really want to invest that much in the hopes that it's going to go up a buck or two?
Help me up.
It's not going to go up like $5. You wouldn't, you know, it's like you'd really have to scale up to make any money off
I'll go see.
Hurry
off Take-Two.
I got a wedding I want to go to.
Serena says this was a bit intense how Dutch changed so much. Yeah, but it's perfect for Dutch in Red Dead 1. And Cold Arthur Morgan, yes. You have to go back and get Micah's gun. Jesus says The Last of Us, Joel, and Allie Funko Pops are $200 a piece. I believe it. They're highly collectible.
Jack, Uncle, come out here!
And back home. That's the end of the game. Although I did include the end credits. Horta says, I want to invest in some cheap little known stock that blows up with 1,000% ROI is what I want to do. Yes, that's what everybody wants to do, Hortus. And the only way to do that is to time travel, I think, regrettably.
I'm going to where the sun burns and the heat stays in command.
But yeah, Coinbase. Who else? Let's see who else. Who do I like these days?
To where the river turns to dust and God is never rush. Come only by my side, right here. Red, I love you.
UCAR, you know that one? ChargePoint. Nicola Carvana. NVIDIA, of course. Shopify. Digital World Acquisition. Look at that one. They're around 30 bucks right now, O-Dog. Zoom, of course. Lucid Group. Palantir. Palantir's cheap. They're under 20. Apple, of course, which is around... Apple is like over 190 bucks right now. And Uber is doing quite well. Tesla is a really good deal right now at $215. And Roblox is 40 bucks. Anyways, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to what anything I have to say because it's just an opinion. Hortus says, yeah, invest in the actual Coinbase company. Yeah, don't invest in, I mean, I'm not really about crypto. I don't care. But yeah, it's the company, not the, not, you know, it's like you're investing in the people that are hyping crypto. You're not investing in crypto. Cold Arthur Morgan says, the ending is so peaceful and sad, but yet it's great. It is indeed. Hortus says, what's their ticker? Who? Coinbase? It's just coin. Here's Mary Beth. Note she has Miss Grimshaw's hairstyle now because she's older. There's Rufus. See, Serena? Rufus is fine. Abigail looking at her boys. Note John is back in his flat cap because he's a good guy now. Back to Valentine. And you can see Anastasia's friend. Micah says, I assume you don't care about NTSs either, right? No, I don't. You know, it's like, I don't understand him and I'm not going to learn about him. Hortus says, Mary Beth, my Red Dead Redemption 2 crush. Yeah, she's a good one. Jesus says, our Red Dead Redemption 2, when Arthur passed, my mom saw it and she didn't understand English, but even she felt so sad. Yeah, it's a very sad scene. It's coming up. Back in Saint Denis, I love how Tilly has one of the happiest endings. Tilly and Mary Beth. She's got a family. She met a fancy Saint Denis gentleman who seems to adore her. Hortus says they interrogate Morris Palin, the shady Valentine auction guy. Interesting, Hortus. And back in Rhodes, where Mr. Pierceness settled, I like he seems happy, but I like this scene where he's just poignant, looks at his picture of his old gang and gets a little teary-eyed. But he's legit, he's gone straight. He has basically a happy ending. I'm sure there's a lot of widows in Rhodes that would be charmed. I love how this is like dovetails perfectly with Red Dead 1. They're on the trail of John Marston. Hortus says, described by one Valentine resident as crooked as a dog's hind leg. Interesting, Hortus. And here is Mrs. Downs and her son A lot of single moms in this game. Off to California. That's canon. We say goodbye to Mrs. Adler, who's setting off to South America. Do some bounties down there. Meet a handsome revolutionary, hopefully named Antonio. Micah said, I wished they showed Reverend Swanson in the credits. Yes. I hope he's okay. Hortus says, strange that Mr. Pearson settles for a nagging wife, considering he was not for a lack of suitors. Yes, he was not for a lack of suitors. And as always, you pick the best one that is offered. And here is Arthur's grave that somehow Mary found. Note she's all in black. It's a very sweet scene. She pays her respect. She pays her respects, but ultimately she moves on. It's a lot easier for women to move on than men, I've found. Cornwall, kerosene and tar, completely abandoned. Hortus says Roger Clark did Mary's mocap there. Nice scene of John teaching Jack about horses. And we end with the Pinkertons surveying Beecher's Hope, which dovetails perfectly with the beginning of Red Dead 1. We see the good honor buck one last time, and also the bad honor coyote. Hortus says moving on is more easily is a genetic trait in women because historically men died in wars so much more that they had to find a second mate. Yeah, that's well, I think that it's easier for women to find, it's a buyer's market for women. It's a seller's market for men. Eagle flies, thinking of his son one last time. Miko says, I love this song. Yeah. Miko, this song loves you. Metro Edits says, I made it to the end. Yes, you did indeed. Just in time, Metro. Rain falls, sees an eagle fly. Lucky it's not a condor. And we zing back into the game. This is it starts out as a cutscene, but note the gold. That's for you, Hortus. But I included the entire dialogue just because it's so sweet, and Abigail loves this place, and we built it for her. David says, "Good night, cowpokes. You all come back now. You hear it, David? Appreciate you being here. Thank you, friend. And I will see you Saturday. Saturday, we are going to watch Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger from 1986, David's former governor, and ironically, we'll be co-hosting with David. So we'll watch that movie. It's a lot of fun. It's really cool. It's peak 80s, a lot of cool lines, a lot of violence. It'll be fun. Serena says, good night, David. Take care. ODog has a bunch of peace signs. Note they are brown peace signs. Brown power, ODog. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the mods. ODog, Serena, David, Cold Arthur Morgan. Great talking to you. Metro, Miko. We shall return tomorrow with the Red Dead 1 live stream commentary. Serena, thank you for being here. Appreciate you, friend. Really, I seriously consider Assassin's Creed Valhalla. You will enjoy it so much. You have to trust me sometime. You have to have a little faith. Thank you, friends. See you Monday.